Welcome to this video tutorial. The first thing you will need to do in order to change the text is go inside the edit folder right over here, and here you will have all the text folder compositions, and these are all in order. If you take a look here inside the render composition, which you can access through your render folder, you can see that here we have all of the 8 scenes as shown in the preview video, and all are in the same order. So for example, if you are using a different soundtrack, what you can do very easily is you can grab any of these scenes and you can either shorten them like so, and choose different frames from where to start, and you can slide them over and you can reposition them, and you can re-edit this entire composition to a completely different soundtrack like so. You can even of course choose to delete scenes or reorganize their order. Alright, so I will undo that. So that's just something to keep in mind as you edit this template. But let's go back here to our edit folder. So starting with the first text holder, this will be text holder 1, and this will be responsible for scene 1, which is the first in the composition. So double click to access this composition, and here we have our text. Notice that this text does have some animation. If I select this text layer and press U, here are the two keyframes that control this animation, and we can either make this animation shorter by decreasing the distance between the keyframes like so, or you can make this animation last even longer, and this is completely up to you. So you can edit the animation if you choose so. Of course, you can make an entirely different text layer with its own respective animation if you choose to do that. And you can format your text however you want, of course. This font is called NextArt and is available on thefont.com. And if you want to preserve this animation, it's very important that you do not delete this text layer. Rather, just double click the text layer and you can edit the text like so. So, for example, I can type my new text. So your new text goes here, for example. And let me show you real fast how you can even format your text. So let's actually just select some of these words here, and let's say I don't want glow on these letters or rather words, so I can just go to choose the font color, and I can just drop this down until you can see that the glow goes away. Then hit OK, and let's actually grab this here word and let's give this some color. So I'll go with an orange to match the theme of the respective scene. Like so, hit OK. You can see that the text animation is still there. And then if I go back in my render composition, and I will set this to half resolution, just so it loads a little faster, now we can see our text updated and everything works. So for my second scene here, I will go in text holder 2, and pretty much the exact same thing will apply to all of these text holders with their respective scenes. So text holder 6, I can go to scene 6. Let's choose my scene 6, alright, and double click text holder, and you would just change the text here, format your text, make sure everything is nice and centered, and then if I go into my render, here you can see your text. It even has the animation. And for the final scene here, this will be text holder 8, and for this I've just imported a logo file, and to do this you can double click inside this area over here, navigate to your logo location, double click to import your logo file, then drop it inside the composition, delete the previous logo, and then rescale the current logo. So press S for scale with the logo layer selected, and then if you go into render, we can see our logo updated over here. This works better with a wider logo, or if you have a square logo, you can just move your logo to the side and then just type your text over on the other side. So for example, let's say our company is Wolf Studios. Add some glow to this as well. Alright, and going back, here we can see our updated result. So after you've done creating all of these changes, you can go to composition and make sure you're in the render composition. So go to composition, go to pre-render, give your file a name and a location. Inside custom AV you can choose your format. AV uncompressed is if you don't want any quality loss at all. Just know that this AV uncompressed is gonna turn out in a very large file. I usually go with H264. Select audio output if you're also using a soundtrack, so don't forget this. Hit OK, hit render, and you're done. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.